OHara Radio Entertainment.
Before we begin, don't forget your free 30-day trial of eVoice. eVoice gives you a toll-free or local number so you can take business calls from anywhere and always sound like you're at the office. Also, eVoice has great features like dial-by-name directory and even transcribes your voicemail so you can read them at your convenience. Go to MikeOharaShow.com and click on the eVoice banner for your 30-day free trial.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeOharaShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
On the heels of Oscar Santana's caffeine overdose.
Yes.
I thought I'd share this with everybody.
Oh, you have something to read?
No,
to us?
I'm not going to do a Johnny voice. There is a good chance you're drinking something from Starbucks right now. Isn't that true in the nation?
You know, if I had
it's very
time,
popular.
If I had time, I would have stopped on the way in today because I did not get a cup of coffee this morning.
I do not drink coffee, so I do not know about coffee. I'm not a coffee person. I'm not a coffee expert.
You could get a gooey frap.
I'm a tea guy.
But the whole point is, last week you got the 5-hour energies, and you had your teas.
Stroke it out, baby.
And you had your OD. You had your caffeine OD.
Yes. Also, the caffeine itself, as I found out as of late, is not just the problem. It's my lifestyle.
You think?
Ah, well, join the party there, pal.
Yes. You know what he is? He's one of the coffee achievers.
Let's get right to this very significant list.
Does this list have a title?
Well, it's a Starbucks list, and it's a list of things, the 6 things you might not know about Starbucks. And because
fascinating.
Of the recent caffeine discussion we had on the show, I thought it would be appropriate. I'm not planning every day to bring a list to the show.
Of course not.
But occasionally I like to shake it up a bit.
Do you know what a lot of the teachers and the moms of Leesburg call Starbucks?
What's that?
They call it $5 because that's how much every drink costs.
Extremely expensive.
It is a costly endeavor.
All right, I hold. I hold in my hand
$5
the 6 items. Number 1. This one shocked me because you always hear about the fact there's a Starbucks everywhere.
Sure.
Number 1, Starbucks has grown by an average of 2 stores per day, every day for the past how many years? Every day.
I would say 10 years.
27 years.
2 a day?
Wow.
2 a day, every day for the past 27 years.
Putting them at how many stores?
And incidentally, Katie is here.
Yay!
Katie is here.
Julia brought me a country song, and it's called There's a Starbucks Where the Starbucks Used to Be.
That's kind of where it is.
Yeah.
Number 2, Santa Fe Springs in Southern California has the highest concentration of Starbucks stores in the United States. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is within a 25-mile radius.
All right.
Any guesses?
How many? 20.
8.
I'll say 25.
8.
Katie?
32.
560.
What?
Oh, that's
Within a-
not good business, is it?
Within a 25-mile radius.
I used to be upset when there was 2 Mercado Latinos right in front of each other. I'm like, how do they duel it out?
560.
That's a lot, man. That is
Those
God.
people are hopped up like you don't
On the
even
West
know.
Coast, they also have, in the Southwest as well, they have drive-through Starbucks.
And that's going to expand it even more.
That's true.
number
But
3.
you'll need a car.
Let me get to number 3, goddammit. Number 3, a Starbucks Grande Coffee has...
What's that?
A Starbucks... I hate the names.
Coffee.
I've only been in there a couple of
I
times
don't
to
know
get
the
tea,
names
and
either.
it's like latte grande. A Starbucks Grande Coffee has 330 milligrams of caffeine. That's the reason I brought the list in.
What's that?
That is over 4 times more than a Red Bull.
That is crushingly surprising to
A
me.
coffee,
Wow.
a Grande Coffee, which is what most people like that want a regular coffee get,
Sure.
right? 330 milligrams of caffeine, over 4 times more than Red Bull.
So does
maybe
that
that's
make
why
you want-
Starbucks is so popular.
Does that make you want to switch to coffee?
No. I'm trying to go on a caffeine and alcohol-free diet for the next week.
Okay.
A
That's
whole
good.
week?
It's good for
Man,
you.
Well,
you
know,
are going to
baby
have
steps.
a headache.
Just until
baby
the shaking
steps.
stuff.
Number 4. Number 4, Starbucks had a $1.25 billion profit last year, which is the equivalent of 2 Grande coffees purchased by every single American person.
Wow.
You would think that
Isn't that amazing?
That's wild
those
stuff.
numbers, when you
Wild.
see them on the news, they don't mean as much when you break it down like this.
This is why I like the list.
If somebody ran over and said, hey, do you know that there's a thriving Starbucks community that has 526 stores
Right.
in one 25-mile region?
Yeah, you would think 6 things you don't know about Starbucks. I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
And then I read it, and then I remember the caffeine. Number 5, for some iced drinks, Starbucks offers a 31-ounce size called the Trenta.
That's like a big gulp.
It is larger than the capacity of the human stomach.
Wow.
Yay, I like
Hey, Mike,
I have never peed so much.
not every stomach.
Thank you, Rob. And number 6, 20% of Starbucks customers go there at least 16 times a month.
I believe that. I do
Brand
believe
loyalty,
that.
baby.
Because you get
Is
into
it
the
brand
habit.
loyalty, or is it like, seriously, I need my caffeine
It's
fix?
addiction.
Yeah.
It's probably addiction.
You know what's so great
That's
is that
that's the 6 things you don't know
after
about Starbucks.
hearing those 6 items, Mike,
Yes,
it's
Rob.
fascinating that now I feel that I, as a listener and as a friend, I know so much more about Starbucks. I can't think that there would be anything else that I would need to know about Starbucks. As a matter of fact, I would call that list inclusive.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I think everybody within the sound of our voice now knows everything they need to know about Starbucks.
You are wrong, ulcerative colitis breath.
Oh, no, there's
Oh,
more.
not today.
I hold in my hand 6 more facts you might not know about Starbucks.
That's wild.
That's wild stuff. and incidentally, I came from a position of ignorance, so I believe Mr. Ponyboy assisted me with this a little bit
Oh,
tonight.
did he? Well, that's good.
Yes. Number
The writers'
1.
meeting.
Not too busy dating?
The number 1 fact you may not know about Starbucks.
Yes.
3 out of every 5 customers at Starbucks really believe that it is all about them.
That is true. That is so true.
Very accurate.
Thank you very much. Number 2, 26% of all male customers at Starbucks are unable to successfully grow a full beard.
Do you
Always
think
trend.
it's the
Now, those
coffee?
are mine. See,
Yeah,
pretty good.
strong.
Just kind of giving my hunches
2 for
out there,
2.
you know. That's a good thing. All right, here we go. 73% of Starbucks have baristas with the first names of either Brittany, Joel, or Dermot. Dermot! Bonnie at work. There we go. Thank you very much. Number 4. The number 1 health hazard at Starbucks is something they call laptop lint.
It's a side effect of the free Wi-Fi.
Thank you. Number 5. The number 2 health hazard at Starbucks is powdered drink lung disease.
Oh, yes. It's tragic. If you love them, you'll help them.
Thank you very much. During, this is number 6.
Yes.
During the famous coffee famine of the 1990s,
You remember.
Starbucks rejected Mike O'Mara's suggestion for a beverage, and it was never put on the menu. Unfortunately, although delicious, patrons would never enjoy the Picote Nacho Chili Vente, even though it would have been served with a free jalapeno blueberry scone.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
This is so hard. I mean, there's nothing easy about this. You know, this is like, you know, when you're getting your legs waxed and they whip that thing off real fast. What I need is $100,000.
Brother.
All right, let me just explain really what that entails.
I bought it all the way, by the way. He's not kidding.
Parky, our entire budget for the entire year is $15,000 for everything, and that includes swimming.
Well, I don't have any swimming in my
No, I mean the pool. We have to keep up the pool. That's everything. The entire year is $15,000.
We have a manager.
So what I'm understanding here, and I'm left with zero. I can't do anything with it. I need to. This is my life here. We're talking about. We're not just talking about something else. We're talking about my life, and it's forcing me to do something I don't want to do, to leave. To make a clean cut here and say, no way, Corky, you're not putting up with these people. And I'll tell you why I can't put up with you people, because you're bastard people. That's what you are. You're just bastard people, and I'm going home and I'm gonna bite my pillow. Is what I'm gonna do.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Here's the forecast for the greater Washington area. There's a rain snow line somewhere in your area. We're not going to tell you where it is. Live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are broadcasting all over the planet. We're powered by Encore Insurance Services. Over 22 million downloads. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And we are heard over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
Hi, Tom.
The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners in the world. Why?
Why, Mike?
Because they get it. Our show today is brought to you by Sleep Number Beds. When you wake up, do you feel rested? Or do you feel as tired as you did when you went to sleep? Chances are the problem is your bed.
Your bed?
But not my bed,
No.
because my bed is a Sleep Number bed, and I would like to talk about my neck.
Okay, it's a beautiful neck.
One of the greatest things about my
Let's
sleep...
see it on Ustream.
Thank you. One of the greatest things about the Sleep Number bed that I have is the way my neck felt. When I go on the road, like to a hotel in Las Vegas,
sure,
I wake up with neck pain chronically. It's always neck pain. The Sleep Number bed, can't tell you exactly how it works because it works for me, and I wake up without my neck pain, and I wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. We love our Sleep Number bed, and the dual air technology is what they want me to tell you about because that's what they have to give the hubby and the wifey their own settings so you can get the bed just the way you want it. Each side on our bed is adjustable, making it the perfect bed for couples. It contours to your neck. There, they just answered the question for me.
Do you know who will be going shopping for one of those beds this very day?
Who?
HBS.
Oh, really?
Yes, his wife says it is time.
Bravo.
That's right. We will soon know my father's sleep number, which
fantastic.
I think might be 69.
Oh, that's lovely, Rob.
What?
Voo. Anyway,
Father.
the Sleep Number bed contours to your neck, shoulders, back, and hips for more proper spinal alignment, and really, it does make a difference. It's clinically proven to relieve back pain and improve sleep quality. I bought my Sleep Number bed because of my back pain, and it did the trick.
Cool.
Here's what I want you to do. Hurry in during the Ultimate Sleep Number event for final closeout savings on Classic Series beds, where queen mattresses start now at just $599.
Wow.
That's why HBS is going over there.
That's right. He loves a bargain.
It's exclusively at a Sleep Number store. There are a bunch of them out there. 425 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find yours by calling 800-511-0061. That's 800-511-0061. And you'll also receive a $50 savings card when you call. Mostly, don't forget to tell them, little old Mikey O sent you.
That's right. That's what my father will scream as he goes into the doorway.
Little old Mikey O. Well, we are very excited today because joining us to panel on the show today is the lovely Katie Powers von Herman Sacco Vanzetti. What do you like to be called? Is it Katie von Herman now? With that loving man of yours, have you finally just accepted
what is your
his
DJ
name?
name? What is your DJ
Yeah, what is
name?
your DJ name?
What's your on-air name?
Katie. It hasn't changed since I was here last. I still don't know what to do with the darn thing.
What was your DJ name when you first entered the business?
Kate, the very first time
Yes.
when I was like 17?
Yes.
Kate Matthews.
Oh.
That sounds like a
times have you
newswoman,
been
doesn't
married? Yeah. Kate Matthews.
Well, no, that was just a DJ name.
Okay,
A
what is
DJ
what was
name.
your WJFK name?
Well, it was the Pixie, and then when I was actually asked what my name was,
Yes.
by that point I was Katie Powers.
Okay.
And I think you identify yourself on the first episode of our podcast as just Katie Powers.
Yeah, and quite frankly, legally, that is still my name.
If
and
Dan's okay with that, then no big deal.
Dan doesn't care.
If you wanted to take...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the news with Kate Matthews. Kate Matthews here to bring you the very latest news. There you
I
are.
was a
Yes,
news
yes.
girl.
If you were to take Dan's name, you'd need a larger driver's license.
Incidentally, my apologies to our listeners that probably just had their ears burst by that.
Your listeners, I'm right here.
Sorry about that.
No, we will fix that when we equalize the program.
Sorry, Katie. Sorry about that.
No, I wasn't a news girl, and my the general manager said, Kate Matthews. And I
Kate
was
Matthews. So it's a complete fictitious last name.
Yeah, and I never went by Kate either.
And then when did it
I
become
like Kate Matthews.
When did it become Katie Powers? And incidentally, most of the time in your career, you have been a behind-the-scenes person.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is completely irrelevant.
Absolutely.
So I should point out the fact that, but when you joined our little crew,
I had already been married, and my name became Katie Powers.
Katie Powers, and that's what I refer to you as most often on the Mike O'Mara show.
Which is fine.
And on the Don and Mike show, when you would visit, you would be known as Katie Powers.
Well, I like it because it's how people, some people, the few people,
They know you
recognize
as.
me.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I would say this, that I'm not just asking for the listeners. I'm asking for myself.
Yes.
I've worked, lived, and worked with both Dan and Katie von Herman now.
And Dan is
For
somebody.
years.
Dan is a friend of
He's a 10.
TMOS.
He's a 10, right?
He is a wonderful guy.
Nice guy.
Yes.
Love
Good guy.
hanging out with him. Good guy. But this evolution of Katie's last name has, in one way or another, just like the Northern Lights, confused me. Because I just don't know how it works.
Yeah, because she never gives a straight effing answer about it.
That's right.
It's like Katie Powers von Herman, just Katie,
Screw the last. You know how often I've. You know what I'm realizing that's starting to piss me off? How many times I've introduced you to people over the years, and I see you like once every 6 years, and I introduce you to everybody because I know you've got a bubbly, wonderful personality, and I want you.
You want to share it,
and you're going to be joining Rob with the Rob and Katie show that's going to be on the More Network.
Why
So we're
do you
excited
think
about
there are
that.
no last names?
The Rob and Katie show. So Katie,
Yes.
leave it at that.
Yes.
This is our friend Katie.
Well,
everybody.
that's actually when I joined the Mike O'Mara show and you had my name added to the intro.
Yes.
It got to a point. It was just, and Katie.
That's right. I had dude just say, and Katie.
Because at that point we still didn't know either. But okay, to break it down for you.
Yes.
My maiden name is Forbes.
Forbes.
Very Scottish.
And that is, it's Scottish, but let's be honest. I know your roots.
Yes.
Yes.
West Virginia.
Not the Forbes
It is, yes.
in New York.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The Forbes from Kentucky.
Not the Forbes 500?
No.
No.
Not even the Forbes 5000.
The Forbes that
So-
fought with the Hatfields against the McCoy.
We
Actually,
weren't there yet.
the Forbes 500 is how many people came to the reunion.
So Forbes is your God-given name.
Well, it's my parents' given name.
It's your
but
parents.
yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Birth
It's
name.
the name.
Birth
It's your birth name.
It's my birth name.
Thank you.
Okay. Then I got married.
Yes.
And it became Powers.
And I met him once.
Yes.
Good guy.
You've met him a few times.
Yeah, I met him
Good
a
guy.
few times. Very nice man.
He did work on our most recent State Theater show.
But I see. You said I'd met him a few times, but I only remember meeting him at the State Theater.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. So you married him, and
He's
then
got like a big handlebar mustache and a shaved head now. That is not the same.
Mythbusters.
Perhaps you remember
exactly what he looks like.
Exactly.
He came to the State Theater on his bicycle with the huge front tire
That is
and the
not
small
true.
little tire in
And
the
he
back.
said, "If you've got a problem with me, I'll fight you." And he put his hands up like John O'Sullivan.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Okay, very good. That's good.
Okay, but I have not changed my name because it's a pain in the ass.
But I think that you know the way it rolls off the tongue to take Dan's last name of Von Herman.
You think Von Herman rolls off the tongue?
I think Downton Abbey.
Katie Von Herman. It sounds like you're going to be walking into the Downton Abbey cast.
Catherine Von Herman.
Catherine Von Herman.
That
Baroness.
is so many letters.
All right, hold
The
on. now.
Baroness.
Now, first of all, Katie is the short name because your name is Catherine.
My
right?
name is Catherine.
If you call a restaurant in Washington D.C.,
I know.
don't get annoyed at
What's
me.
your bank PIN number?
No.
Just
Last
all
4
this
digits
information.
of your social and your mom's maiden name.
If you call a restaurant and you say, "Hello, this is Catherine Von Herman," and there is not a
Is her
maitre
voice
d'.
is her voice that low when she does it?
Hello.
Hello.
I'll channel my inner Kathleen Turner. Hello.
I think
Good morning.
Rob, for the sake of this argument, I think we shall name the restaurant Jean-Louis.
Oh, because you want to call Jean-Louis.
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 All right,
And say, hello, this is Jean-Louis.
So you answer the, you are the maitre d', and
Okay.
you answer the phone at Jean-Louis.
Okay. Hello, this is Jean-Louis. Who am I speaking to?
Hello. This is Catherine Von. Wait, I start.
Let's start over.
Take two.
Okay. Hello, this is Jean-Louis.
Hello. This is Catherine Von Herman, and I believe I have a table for two at 8 o'clock sharp.
Oh, yes, madame. We shall have it ready for you.
Yeah, and see, because they wouldn't deny you even if you weren't on the, on the menu.
Yeah, because you sound like royalty.
Yeah,
I
got
hope
a
I'm not
reservation.
on the menu.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like Von Herman. I do that. You hate that last name. You love the
don't.
man.
No, I
you love
don't.
the man. You don't like the last name.
I don't hate the last name at all.
Then take it, dear.
If I was
Run
your
with it.
husband, there would be a pep talk of all pep talks.
About
you
taking
can-
my name.
You
It's
have
a big
met
deal
my
for
husband,
me.
Yes.
and you really think Dan has ever given a pep talk
He's not
to
a big
anyone?
pep talk guy.
Not a big,
No.
not a big pep talk.
But
I
not
can't-
even close.
Wait.
yes.
He gives pep talks to the puppies.
Okay, so he disciplines the dogs.
Is
Is it passive? Is it passive aggressive to where he says dog?
No.
You will take my last name, dog.
No.
Now listen, I want to say that I have
I swear
tremendous
to you.
esteem for your husband.
He's awesome.
But let me tell you, this is how I would envision even his pep talk
and
for
then
a dog.
I'll give you the real one, okay?
Okay, here we go. What's the name of the dog? Give me one dog's name.
Presley.
Presley. Presley, get off the couch. Presley, come on, please.
Disciplinarian.
No.
Von Herman.
He could rage out.
No.
I've seen him rage out.
Does he
You've
rage?
seen him
Yeah,
rage
we used
out?
to work.
No.
We used to work
Yeah.
out. We used to work out. Yeah, he's actually a good boxer.
Really?
Yeah, he does like MMA stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He could kick your ass.
So he's a tough guy.
You would never know it.
No, his personality is so wonderful. He's such a mellow guy.
There are so many
Bruce
things
Banner.
about Dan that are completely the fact that he dresses the way that he does. He doesn't have to.
Oh yeah, because he kind of looks like he just came out of a box sometimes.
Right.
Well,
he's got money.
He's got money. That's why you married him.
That's not true.
He said he's got money. I'm marrying money.
I didn't
Not
know.
Dan.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Well, I think that the clothes for a guy.
Aren't as important.
Clothes and money aren't necessarily tied together that much.
No.
You know?
And have you seen the piece of crap we drive around?
Yeah, I mean, no, I haven't.
Do you really want to talk about? I mean, I feel like we were talking about your last name. Now we're talking about finances.
Yes, it's
okay. So tell us about the piece of crap you drive around.
Yeah, because she didn't.
Do you want an upgrade? What's going on here?
No, I love it.
Sounded like it. Sounded like it when you described it.
I've been driving for 3 weeks with the engine light on.
Can you do me a favor?
Wow.
Sure.
Because it is not a secret that you've referred to it a couple of times that maybe Dan comes from a family that may have had in their history a bit of coin.
Yeah, I believe what the phrase you used was Nazi gold.
I don't.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't know that his family historically.
But the recent his mama and papa.
Yeah, they
got hit by the lucky stick.
No,
right?
they worked extremely hard.
Yeah,
company.
They worked. Yeah. His father's like a nuclear pipeline physicist.
Really?
Yes.
Super smart.
That's right, and his mother invented the gummy bear.
Do that math.
Terrible.
So your hubby has some coin. Mm-hmm. So how come you guys don't have like a shiny new car? It's a new car, a new Corvette.
It's not something we care about.
Okay.
Oh no! It's not something Dan cares about.
I don't care about.
You didn't seem like you didn't care about it 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, when you were talking about the engine light.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
That was really passive aggressive.
No.
Now I'm on Dan's
What
side.
kind of car are we talking about here?
A 2001 Honda CR-V with over 100,000 miles.
Oh my God!
Hey, those things go 200K.
That is,
know.
but that is an S-Bird.
But
That officially
that's the
when you
point.
go over 100,000 miles and you go past 2005, you're talking about an S-Bird.
Most cars can go up to 150, 200,000
Absolutely.
if they're maintained correctly, if not more.
Yes.
A Toyota will last you forever.
If the engine light isn't on, you're fine.
Even if we got some sort of fancy new car, I would still drive that one.
Cloth or leather?
Cloth.
It's got cloth upholstery. Because the
There's
reason I asked leather,
There's a cassette player, Mike.
usually when you have leather, you get to see that nice cracking that happens in the leather upholstery.
This is how much Dan loves Katie. And I'm just going to say Katie now because I still don't know what your last name is.
Mm-hmm.
It's von der Herman. Isn't it?
I remember I would see Dan getting out of his car at the office. We both worked at Earthwalk together.
Yep.
And he'd have different cars all the time. And he'd always give up his car or give Katie a better car. And I'd be like, what's going on? He goes, oh, there's some trouble with one of the cars. I'm just giving Katie the car.
He's crazy about her.
Yeah, he loves her.
Right. Yeah.
Would take a bullet for her.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if
I
that's
don't
the
know
same for Katie.
You don't think that she matches that love?
I mean, after what just came out of her mouth earlier in the program.
Well, right now she's just enjoying a trip on the Dan train.
I clean his toilet.
As you should.
Are you domestic at home? Are you? Do you do the chores like cooking, cleaning, all that?
That's women's work.
You know, interestingly
Oscar
enough,
Santana said that. Please send the letters to him.
A lot of times I do it at my house.
I
Well, you're an exception to the rule. Jesus
I'm
Christ!
sorry.
You had to pop that, and I had to play that. For Christ's
I just
sake.
didn't care for the fact. Didn't like it.
Carrie, the toilets are cleaned. Okay.
For the most part, I
Woman's
do.
work.
I do.
I'm just kidding.
And the reason being is, for instance, this past weekend I had to work all weekend. So Dan took it upon himself to go to the grocery store and do a couple loads of laundry.
Oh, what a nice guy.
This will never happen again.
Why?
He bought me decaf coffee and washed my jeans on hot. I will never be able to wear those again.
See? Yeah, now, aren't we seeing
But
a picture here?
He tried so hard.
But do you think
And
is there
I
But
any
you
chance?
led with the bad thing.
Is there
you
any
led
chance?
because you're one of us. You are one of us. You led with the evil. You led. You know, he ruined my jeans, but he tried hard. He's a good boy.
Is there
love
any
him
chance,
so much.
Katie? Is there any
normal
chance?
normal people that aren't in our business, Katie, they go, he did a really, really
Yeah,
nice
what a-
job.
what a
He had a
nice-
little problem with the jeans.
We don't
No,
even
you
mention
led-
that. Or even mention that.
Or even mention that. But we all will because we're all those people.
Devil's advocate. We know one thing about Dan. We did not know he was an MMA champion, but we knew he was smart. Now, is he
jealous.
smart enough that he would have purposely bought the wrong coffee and ruined your jeans to prevent himself from ever having to shop or do laundry again.
Absolutely.
So maybe what he did was crafty.
So he's savvy.
He gets around.
Now, see, now once again, we have another layer added to this, because do you see how Mr. Spiewak tried to throw a grenade into the relationship of Katie and Dan? That's where the sexual tension of the Rob and Katie show comes in.
You see, I'm the president of the Dan Von Herman fan club.
It's not your sexual tension. It's never been yours.
There's nothing going on over
There's
here.
nothing, but no, it's his.
It's not moving.
You guys,
he's always had a soft spot for you, and I don't necessarily mean a soft spot.
You and Rob are doing a weekly show. It's going to premiere on the More Broadcasting Network.
Mm-hmm. And is it going to be weekly?
Premieres today. Yes.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
And as I sat there and listened to the first show, I didn't know what to expect, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. What was palpable, and you know this, Mike, was that sexual tension.
There is
where I felt like
one-sided. You can't deny it. It's coming from him. You don't hear him denying over here.
I don't feel it.
I felt
There's got to be some sort of magnetic force field
I
around
promise
me that
you,
it never makes it
within
over
5
here.
weeks you'll feel it.
Let me
because
you can bet on it, or the show is off.
That's it. We'll take a break on that one. Cannon Brew. We'll come back and talk more with Katie. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Within 5 weeks, you'll feel it. That's my laugh of the day. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Proflowers. Valentine's Day. I said it.
Yes.
You can't forget it. Even more important, you can't wait to the last minute. It can be such a hassle, but never fear. Proflowers is here. Listen to this. Get 100 blooms of love with a free glass vase for just $19.99. You'll look like Mr. Big Shot. We love Proflowers, and you can upgrade your order and add gourmet chocolats.
Delicious.
And a teddy bear for just $9.99 more. Just use our code TMOS. Let me put it out there this way, okay?
Okay.
We know that Proflowers is a fantastic deal. We know that the quality of the flowers you're going to get is better than anybody else. We know that because we've gotten the product ourselves. What this is, though, is a company that likes to advertise.
They love it.
And you're going to hear them a lot of different places. And I'm telling you, when you get your flowers, I want you using that TMOS code, because we're the kind of people that need that code more than anybody else. So not only do I want you to make sure you get your flowers at Proflowers, but I want you to use our code to get the great deal. It's quick, it's easy. Delivery on Valentine's Day is guaranteed. Get her done early. Choose the delivery date, and you're done. And since Proflowers are guaranteed to last 7 days, your money back, it's a no-brainer. So really, please go and get them. I just got Proflowers. They are fantastic. They're fresh. They're always, always perfect, and you will enjoy them.
Do you remember we were talking to the Proflowers people? They deliver their flowers like 6 days faster than their competitor because their system is in place. That's why the flowers last, because they get to you sooner.
So they really do last a long time. Like the flowers from Proflowers, they last longer than any flowers I've ever gotten from anywhere
I
else.
believe it might be nuclear technology.
It is. It's space age technology.
100 blooms of love with free glass vase for just $19.99, or upgrade and add chocolates for a teddy bear and a teddy bear for just $9.99. Go to proflowers.com, click the blue microphone in the upper right corner, and type in TMOS. That's proflowers.com, and we want to thank them. This deal does expire soon, and it is that time of year, lovey-dovey Valentine's Day, so take advantage of that.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, Rob. We are back, and we are here with Katie, who's starting a weekly show with Rob Spiewak called Rob and Katie. I will not refer to it as Cake and Cookies, because I believe on the first episode they discussed how they hated that name.
I've grown to love it.
You've grown to love it?
Yeah, Rob likes it.
Rob likes it. Well, Rob likes a lot of things about the show, and it's
hate
not always
it.
mutual. You hate it?
I think he likes it because I hate it.
I think that's part of it. I think
Cake
it's funny.
and Cookies.
Now, why don't you guys get a room?
The Rob and Katie show.
I like it when Mike says cookies.
Cake and Cookies.
Cookies.
There we go. What is the subject?
Hold it. We have to.
Oh, we got to call our guy.
We got to call the guy.
All right. Okay, let's do that.
Big winner.
Maybe I blocked that intentionally because we just talked about Proflowers. It's time for our Proflowers Valentine's Day contest.
Right on.
Where we give you, the listener, a chance to win a $50 gift certificate to Proflowers just by sending us an email.
Send it to Valentine at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
This comes from Nathan Labori.
Yes.
TMOS crew, love the show, been a fan going back to the WJFK days. On Monday, Feb 2, I grabbed my freshly downloaded TMOS podcast, number 989, Viva Korea.
That's a P1 right there.
To head out on an afternoon run. About halfway through my run, with a 4.5 miles to go, I suddenly found myself battling a severe case of fecal urgency.
Oh, no.
Yeah, hi, Nathan.
Since I was in a very residential area at the time, rather than find a suitable tree or bush, I chose to fight the good fight for another 30 minutes. Wow. It's a dedicated runner.
It is.
In the hopes of making it home. It was right then that Mike launched into his own tale of fecal urgency at Jimmy's on Sunday evening. I managed to keep it together until Rob's comment about the furniture shifting in the moving van. I laughed, and in doing so, I lost the battle I was waging with my Duke.
Oh, no.
He uses a medical word.
Yes.
I don't. To keep things broadcast friendly, and he's using the medical term again.
Right.
If his was the Seattle Seahawks, his shorts were the Denver Broncos.
Oh, no!
We have funny listeners, man. Keep up the funny. Love you a long time. Nate Labori. Let's call Nate right now and see how he's doing, and hopefully he's there. If he's there, he gets the $50
He might be at the laundromat.
The whole email was...
Nah, that gets thrown in the trash.
That was a bowl of okay right up until the Seattle-Denver thing. Let's see if he's home. That's the only qualifier. We do not give the prize away if you're not home.
Has to be there to win.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Nate.
We had a winner yesterday. Will we have one today?
Hello, this is Nathan.
Nate! Yay! Mike O'Mara, Nate Labori from the Mike O'Mara Show. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm fantastic, guys. So happy to hear from you.
You know, I was telling everybody, a wonderful letter. However, it really took off with the reference to the Super Bowl. I love the way you tied that in there. Once again, if you'd like to hear that again, if his anus was the Seattle Seahawks, his shorts was the Denver Broncos.
And there,
shorts were the Denver Broncos.
You revealed the medical term.
I had to, because it was goddamn funny. Nate, because it was a funny letter and because you took the time to do that and enter the contest, you get yourself a $50 gift certificate to Proflowers.
Oh, thanks, guys. You rock.
Are you married, Nate? Do you have a girlfriend, fiance, wife?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I have a wife, and believe me, I'm definitely going to need those Proflowers after yesterday's run.
Okay. Thank you, Nate. And we appreciate you listening to TMOS. Pass the word, okay?
I will all day, every day, guys. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
that's
buddy.
Good guy.
That's
Thank you, Nate.
Nathan Labori of Prince Frederick, Maryland, and we appreciate him listening to the show.
What a great listener.
Yes, it was. And once again, great on paper.
Exactly.
But anyway, just moving right along. Okay, so it's Katie and Rob, and every week you can find that at MikeO'MaraShow.com and also on the More Network. And good luck to you guys with that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What's the subject of the first week's show?
I think my favorite part of the first week's show was Katie giving you, the listener, a virtual tour of my basement studio.
Because it was all about you.
No, it was about the fact...
Hold on a second. You said no, but how was it all about Rob?
He asked me to describe his basement.
And was it all about him?
Well, I mean, it's his basement.
Right?
Yes, but it wasn't exactly...
Have you seen his basement?
I've been in there a couple of times.
I've never been. I feel like I've been there.
It's
now.
You've never been to his house?
No.
It's
I never want to.
It's awesome.
Wait. So, you are so Wednesday. You never want to. Rob's had great social events at his house.
I drove to Leesburg last week.
He did, all the way out there.
And I called Mike and I said, "What's so great about Leesburg?"
Can you, just for a second,
Yes.
Just for a second, to pull the curtain back a little bit, can anybody in this room, and I'm talking about the three principals here, Katie, we've been working together a long time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the first, say, week that we all did this of Oscar ever saying something naked?
No.
Which is so from the heart. I've never been to his house, and I never want to.
Yeah, did I or did I not call you and say, "Hey, this is what happened at the meeting. I'm never coming back to this town"?
He went to Oscar at a business meeting in Leesburg, and he truly... passionate. He hates Leesburg as much as you hate Vienna.
And you know what? That's to be fair, for people around the country, they should know that if we use Mike as a central location,
yes,
our studio, Oscar is an hour in one direction. I'm 45 minutes in another direction.
Right.
For Oscar to come to Leesburg, it's like a trip to Baltimore.
Thank
it's like
you.
going to another country.
Didn't know that until I arrived, and I said,
and it's everything he hates. You know what it is? It's charming.
Oh, it is charming.
It's
there is
friendly.
a lot of charm.
What else is it, Rob?
It's beautiful.
There's an old town and
charming.
a new town.
Yes, there's an old town, very classic looking, and a new town that looks a lot like strip malls.
I've always said
and
though,
it's white.
It's
very white.
Oh, it's lily white.
I didn't see
No. We have a lot of Oscars people.
Yeah, well, I didn't see them where I went.
Well, I can show you where.
I was like, I need my passport.
It is. It's a somewhat diverse area, but the old town. I've always said the old town area of Leesburg is much more charming than the old town area of my town. Where I
Old Town
live.
Zit?
Yeah, the Zit.
Old Town Zit.
The Zit. And incidentally, hey, you guys rolling on 28 here in the Zit. I mean, my God.
Well, it's a bad impression.
Getting worse, though. Getting worse. You think you're going to, really, hey, developers, you think you're going to defecate those condos and townhouses out off that road
It's like they're building
and make
a
it
village.
more? It's not.
Hey, they knocked down the auction house.
They did knock down the auction house.
But even
no.
in true Zit fashion, it
Yes.
took a week and a half.
Yeah.
They took it down in pieces.
For a one-story structure.
And have you seen what's next to it? They tore down the auction house and left the aluminum building where they put the supermercado in.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you need a supermercado.
But the
what
fact
if you
is-
need empanadas in the middle of the night?
I don't mind a supermercado. What I mind is an aluminum building. Yes. And it just looks like
Yeah,
death.
it looks like someone just dropped it there from. It's one of those container stores.
How
It's
many
horrible.
times have I navigated in a guest to this studio that comes from, say, a more metropolitan area, say Arlington or Washington, D.C.?
Any area.
Yeah, anywhere. And I get a call about halfway before they're supposed to arrive, and they say, "Are you sure this is where Mike O'Mara lives?"
Yeah, I know.
They say,
I know.
Why are there so many car dealerships?
I'm not proud.
You just
Pharmacy district.
you just got to go right on through, break on through.
I
And then
actually
you're-
blindfold the people I bring to Manassas.
Yes.
And once we hit 28, I said, you got
That's
to put the
not
blindfold
suspicious.
on.
No, it's kind of like going to the Bat Cave.
So, Leesburg is a charming little town.
I really do love it.
But I want to get back to Rob's studio because you had a
It's
tour
in
of that.
Leesburg.
Rob does have, it is kind of a shrine to Rob, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely. That's not a man cave, it's a Rob cave, and there's a total difference.
Yeah,
Easy now.
There's a whole lot of gay going on in there.
Oh, really?
Hey, there's
Well,
nothing
it's
wrong with
not-
that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, it's not that it's no. And there is absolutely, it's the amount of Elvisry.
Yeah, the Elvisry is, he collects Elvis
Maybe
stuff.
the word is passion.
No, the word is Presleyana. That's the word you're
Oh, is
looking
that
for.
the word? Excuse me.
Presleyana, right? So he's got the Elvis collection. He's got the microphones, right?
He's got the microphones,
Rob collects vintage microphones.
I do. They're beautiful.
which is cool. I get microphones. I got respect for that.
Well, yeah, it's his business. He's
Some
had a
of
microphone
those-
in front of him for years.
Some of that Elvis paraphernalia, whatever you want to call it.
Right?
Why did you hang on to it?
Because you know what? You see,
and how do you dust it?
I don't really. You can't. I told you, and it's a process. It's a 2-day process in which you have to photograph the Elvis. Elvis has an area in my basement, and
it's
so
a big area.
Do you ever notice how sleepy Rob's eyes get when he starts to describe his stuff? Let
That's
me show
not
you.
sleepy.
This
He-
is for our
he
Ustreamers,
glazes
okay?
It's sincerity.
This is what Rob does. Is say, Elvis has an area.
kind of like Elvis himself.
Wayne. If Wayne was describing it.
Elvis has an area. This is the decanter with the whiskey inside. Here we go.
But the thing is that to get it as far as it's a very dense area, Wayne.
Right.
And so to do it, if I were to dust it, and I've dusted it, I think, twice, you have to take photographs, disassemble it, dust, and then reassemble it. Otherwise, it'll never go back together the same way.
Oh, my God, you are so obsessive compulsive.
And
You
I
can't
will
just
say,
take stuff off a shelf, dust it, and put it back.
No, because there's too much.
This mania that you're getting a glimpse of right now, Katie does a great job describing within his Rob cave.
And I think what she does is she does a very gentle but effective ball busting.
It was fun.
And bringing me down to the level, because if I was allowed to spin out and really talk about it, no one would be having a good
I
time.
agree, though, with Oscar's point, because it was a great point, and I felt the exact same way when I listened to the show.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, yes, go ahead.
And Mike, you know what? I
Did you
appreciated.
Like that, did you like that third part?
What's that?
Exactly.
Okay.
I got
thank
a
you.
series of emails from Mike last night. When can I get episode 2? Oh yeah, well after the air check meeting, after the skimmer.
So, microphones, Elvis. What else? Because it's been a long time. I forgot
There's
what's in there.
a whole wall. Well, okay. I don't even my brain can't.
And not that there's anything
comprehend it.
wrong with it. Is the Elvisry to you a little effeminate, maybe?
Some of it is,
Okay.
especially the giant stroked out Elvis.
You've got a stuffed doll?
I have several. I have several action figures.
No,
yes.
I'm talking about the porcelain Elvis.
Oh, the bust.
The bust.
Yeah, the one that really doesn't look like Elvis.
It doesn't look like Elvis.
It's one of the, it's a cornerstone of the collection because of its size and its rarity.
Poor Carrie. I put some more thought into it afterwards. I think that one, because it's so shiny and his cheeks are so pink and his eyes are lazy.
Yeah.
I really feel that might be how he looked, perhaps post-mortem.
Can't wait.
Okay, we're going to take a break on that note.
Glass eyes.
And he has glass eyes.
I'd be popping that show on this afternoon, to be honest with you. That's good stuff. We'll take a break, come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Rob and I are going to talk finally about Saturday Night Live because there's a nice little segment he's got here. We'll take a break, be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Last segment was one of my favorite of the week. We had Mania and Postmortem in the same discussion. This segment of the program is brought to you by Vistaprint. I know you're busy, but some things are just worth making the time for.
Sure.
We love this deal from Vistaprint, and we've had it on our show for a very, very long time. This is a big, big opportunity. It's going on now through Tuesday, February 11th at Vistaprint.com. And when I say big, I mean it. Up to 50% off site-wide. That's a big deal. It's a new deal from Vistaprint.
This
is great. This is new. Premium business cards, T-shirts, phone cases. My buddy Bill Harvey with Helping Haitian Angels just sent me a wonderful calendar that was from Vistaprint.
Beautiful.
And much, much more.
Rob and Katie calendar.
Yeah,
Exactly.
oh, that should be exciting.
No.
There's even free shipping on orders over $25. Now is the time to stock up on essentials like business cards. Everyone should have them. And now you can get 250 cards starting at just $8. They've made it
That's
better.
Really cool.
Cheap,
They have
baby,
made
cheap.
it better. Enter this promo code. It's a new one, so you got to remember this. Big Sale. Big Sale is what you want to enter in there. One word in the cart when you check out. Choose from a variety of designs and personalize your cards to your liking, or upload a design of your own. Any design you like. It's super easy and takes just a few minutes. So many great items are there all over the website to choose from, but you have only 1 week to save up to 50% site-wide. It's a real push for them, and we want everybody to respond to it. Remember, the Vistaprint semi-annual sale runs through Tuesday, Feb 11 at midnight, and that's it. Don't delay. Stop by Vistaprint.com now. Browse their wide selection of customizable products and enter our promo code Big Sale. One word, Big Sale, in your cart to save big. It'll be time and money well spent. So good luck to Vistaprint with that.
Do it.
They deserve it. I mean, they offer a great deal, so I'm very excited about that. Saturday Night Live, we have talked about it again and again and again. Let me explain why it's top of mind for me right now.
Okay.
There's a lot of change in NBC.
Late night.
Jay Leno is leaving, and Jimmy Fallon's going in. They're giving the Late Show to Seth Meyers, who's leaving Saturday Night Live. And I have said to Rob a couple of times off here, I've said that this Saturday Night Live cast, I think there are a couple of gems in there.
Yes.
There are a couple of people that maybe have that breakout star potential. At the top of my list is a lady named Kate McKinnon.
She's wonderful.
Who I really think I would love to see them give her more and more and more and more opportunity, because I think she is almost Gilda Radner in quality. That's
not a
the
household
kind of
name,
potential.
though, right?
Not even close. And because they,
but I think if you watch a couple episodes, a lot of people are going to start saying it starts in a wave, and they say that blonde or that girl that did something.
Right.
It's hard to sometimes associate the name with the performer, but I think she is taking that step. She did a sketch on the news, I think last week, as a Russian woman,
generic kind of ethnic character
funny.
that was
just
funny.
killer.
And it was funny because it was pure her. It was her. It was just the way she did it, which is, to me, when they can transcend the material.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Funny so much so, and I'm glad you mentioned her, that it went viral. Like
Yes.
what she did went viral.
Yeah.
And really, that's
funny.
That's how you test if something's working.
She has a quality
Or like a
with a lot of great comedic
benchmark.
performers, even though he's not hot anymore, but he was red hot for a while. Jim Carrey had that crazy danger factor going when he was hot, and she's got the crazy eyes, so she can do it. That Gilda Radner had the crazy eyes, and I think she's terrific. And
they would make great bobbleheads.
She's really talented.
Yeah.
The other lady that co-hosts the Weekend Update with Seth Meyers is Cecily Strong.
She's wonderful, and you know what?
She's got almost the Jane Curtin kind of, the slightly more attractive, but she brings the funny as well. Those are the two.
The smart funny.
Smart funny. And you know what's great about her is that it's rare for one of the anchor desk guys or gals to do sketches.
Right.
And Cecily Strong is good in sketches. I think one of the reasons you are so happy with the cast currently is the extreme size of the cast.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest casts they've had in a long, long time. If you go back to when the show premiered, were there 7 not ready for primetime players?
Yeah, and I think they're in a process right now. And, who knows? I mean, we read, there have been volumes written about the way Lorne Michaels does this, about politics behind the scene and how people get sketches.
They got to make it or break it.
They got to make it. I think they're in a state of flux right now. They're going to weed out the people they don't need, and we're going to see what happens. I think the reason that lineup is so deep is because they're going to be making some decisions. But, as far as I'm concerned, when you've got the two powerhouses, I'm not going to mention any of the guys because the jury's still out, but they've got a featured performer whose name I don't know.
Let me see if I can figure out who it is.
But he played the full-grown man who had the body of a baby.
Is it Mike O'Brien?
No, it is not Mike O'Brien because that's the guy that looks like an alien.
Oh, that's right. Is it Kyle Mooney?
It might be, but I'm not
sure. Or
sure.
John Milheiser.
I have no idea. And that's the way it works with featured performers.
And we watch, and Mike and I watch religiously every week.
Together,
because I'm
holding hands and
in the tub
with the Elvis bust, and we can't come up with their name, and maybe that's one of the problems.
I just want it to be. I want it to be where it was because I grew up with it. It's a wonderful, iconic show from my past.
Where are you on the new Fat Girl?
She's Bobby. She's Bobby Moynihan. Bobby Moynihan is the fat guy, and this girl is the fat lady on the show. And it's just not. And they're just not funny. They're just fat.
Yeah.
I want them to be. You go back and you look. Well, we're gonna give you the sketches.
Fat doesn't necessarily equate funny.
It doesn't. It's got to be the right.
Yeah, but
fat,
they got to
like the
work
late
harder.
Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Oh, just say that out loud.
They got to work hard.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
You bastard!
You know who is great and does not disappoint? I think maybe on his 3rd season, his 2nd at least. Jay Farrow.
Jay Farrow
brings it to every sketch.
I don't know if he's got, in my opinion, the potential of a lady like Kate McKinnon, but I think they've got some talent in there, and I would like to see him. I'd like to see the show just be a little better.
Well,
it's not.
One thing
I
that's
like
not
that you
gonna,
root for it.
I really do root for it.
Well,
I try to watch it. I TiVo it every week, and I watch it every week.
You want to feel old? This is the 39th season.
Yeah, it does fit into, when I was watching it in high school.
Yeah, I mean, it's been on for nearly 40 years. And
Saturday Night Live, and then we introduced the wheel.
One thing that will not help the show is the exit of Seth Meyers. I do want to play this. I've been carrying this in the vault. This is his final sign-off from the news, and I thought it was sincere, and I thought it was very nice.
It is my last show, and I just want to say being out here with my co-anchors and my dear friend and my husband is the perfect way to end. This is the job I always wanted, and I had the best time, and I met the best people, and I just want to thank the crew and the cast, and especially the writers and Lauren, and thank you very much. And take us out, Cecily.
For Weekend Update, I'm Cecily Strong.
I'm Amy Poehler.
I'm Stefan Myers.
And I'm Seth Meyers. Good night.
I think
Stefan Myers.
Seth Meyers, I've seen on enough talk shows and stuff. I think he's a class act, and I think he's very smart. And
he does,
I wish him all the best.
He does a lot of that writing, and I
think he's the head writer.
Even with a real crappy show, you're usually going to get a few laughs out of that Weekend Update piece.
May I just mention one thing, just since we're talking about Saturday Night Live? This past weekend, and I'm sure you've seen it in the trades, that Howard Stern had his 60th birthday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he had like every celebrity there. So Jimmy Fallon was taping 2 shows, and in between shows, he went and did a quick bit at the birthday party, right?
Right.
Drove down there, went to Hammerstein Ballroom, did the bit. But it wasn't just cool enough that Jimmy was there. And I don't know Lorne Michaels, but every story I hear about him is not positive in my eyes.
That he is a legendary dick.
So so they couldn't just say Jimmy took the time in between his effing late night tapings to come be there. They had, because Lorne Michaels decided to come with him.
Right.
And they said
Lorne came with him?
With him.
Oh no.
And they're as a production say that Katie's running the live show, right? So
right.
Lorne Michaels is in the back. They want to get him a seat. And no, he doesn't want a seat. He just wants to hang out backstage.
Right.
And then so he adds another element of work for people to make sure that this guy isn't in the way. Like, it's just a whole effing. And I heard that. I'm like, why couldn't you just let Fallon go and do his thing and come back?
Yeah, and you read between the lines that the guy is, high maintenance, and it's like, I'm the king, and he wants everybody to know he's the king. And then, on the cutaways, which I think is relatively new,
right?
Going to commercial, where you will inevitably occasionally
You'll find
see him in the shot.
Where is Waldo?
And Waldo,
because he's showbiz. He loves showbiz.
Because I watch it 5 inches away from the television, and Waldo inevitably, this is for our you streamers, has this expression on his face.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
With literally his nose up in the air, looking like that. And
he loves being
the guy's just
loves being a kingmaker.
Mike Myers was one of the best cast members at dissing Lorne Michaels.
Well, really? I was going to say a lot of people had a problem with Lorne, and Mike Myers was one of them. And the Dr. Evil character is his behind-the-scenes impression of Lorne Michaels, and not a lot of people knew this.
He was the roughest one, and
but when they released Austin Powers and they saw him do the thing where he puts his finger to his lip and say "No," that was how he used to make fun of Lorne behind Lorne's back.
He just blew my mind,
and that's for true. That's for true.
Good. That's good. What were you going to say?
Do you guys remember Foul Mouth Aunt Jane?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She got really upset. Well, while stoned, watching Saturday Night Live.
While stoned.
I think it was around 2002 because I lived with her at the time.
Aunt Jane, for a long time, right?
Yes.
About 5 years?
It was longer than that.
Really?
I lived with her before and after my first marriage.
Oh, so she knows you as Powers and Forbes.
She knows a lot about me.
Let me just say, there's a reason you've got a show on the network.
Yeah, so
I
true.
Swear to God. Foul-mouthed Aunt Jane. It's all coming back to me. This is the Aunt Katie lived with. Yeah, go ahead.
So she knows people.
Mm-hmm.
She's a political action person.
Right.
So she calls up NBC Studios in the middle of a Saturday Night Live.
While stoned.
Stoned. Okay. And demands to speak to Lorne Michaels.
During the show?
During the show.
Oh, dear. What?
So, but here's the best part. She actually got, his actual voicemail.
Oh, wow.
They put her through to his voicemail.
She got, 2 receptionists. And then one of them actually put her through. She said, I am Jane Saunders of Washington, D.C., and I need to leave a message for Lorne Michaels. Urgently.
What was it about?
The message was she wanted Cheetos.
And it was I can't, fully do it justice because there was a lot of swearing, but it was essentially of, what the F have you done? This is the worst crap I have ever seen.
Oh, a general review of the show.
Yes, and she just went on and on and on until, the beep cut her off.
That's great.
And she was like...
And you know what? I've been there. That's the thing. I've been there with her.
They put her through.
Maybe he got the voicemail.
She made it sound like she was somebody.
Yeah. I am so-and-so of so-and-so.
Yeah.
Put me through. I hope,
she can be authoritative.
Yeah, well, I've been that angry because I love the show that much. I've been that. You feel the same way, Rob.
I do. I'm invested in it. It's been there all my life.
Yeah. I just got into it simply, and again, this is just, I used to hear you and Don talk about it all the time, Rob. And it just, growing up, I never got a chance to love it and really see it in its heyday, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was the tail end.
Mike got the first batch. He got the first great cast. The cast that really got me, and don't turn your nose up too far, but it was very funny, was the Billy Crystal, Martin Short cast, 84, 85.
Yeah, and I can understand why it was, but it's certainly, I had the early.
Well, you had a whole different batch of greatness.
John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd,
of course.
Bill Murray. That was really.
But it truly was. It was such a big deal for me that it was instrumental in making me want to be a funny guy.
I just started getting into SNL really because of you guys, because the history and ignorance isn't bliss, because I didn't realize all these guys had come from there.
Oh, it's a factory.
Everybody's been touched by it.
It's a factory. And then with Mike Myers and Dana Carvey with Wayne's World, it became
that was fun.
It became a movie
that
factory.
Was fun.
And because it became a movie factory, the movie's like anything else, because everybody got a movie.
Night at the Roxbury.
It became a crap fest.
Yeah,
and,
true enough.
But what are the sketches?
Rolling Stone has come out, and I think it's because they're starting to wrap their head around the fact that they're coming up on the 40th anniversary. They released a list of the 50 greatest SNL sketches of all time, and the one thing that Rolling Stone is the best at is making a list hard to navigate online, where you have to do click, Click, click. I have for you the top 10. And
Thank you
audio
for reading that down for
from
us.
the top 5. Now, some things that you'll probably ask about. The Sweaty Balls skit made number 20.
Made me...
Still to this day.
I can give it credit because
I think Alec Baldwin's my favorite host.
I think you might be right.
Time.
Great guy to bring in.
He and Steve Martin always never disappoint.
Never saw that coming when they did that sketch, and really unhinged my jaw laughing.
And
it was brilliant.
Funny at so many levels. A great parody of NPR, and then a fact that they're talking about balls.
Phenomenal.
So great. And also,
Sweaty Balls.
Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley as the Chippendales. That came in
God, yes.
just out of the top 10, number 11.
I'm, you know what? I'm with that list so far.
Okay.
So far, I like the list.
Number 10, the word association sketch from season 1, where Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase were talking to each other as a psychiatrist and patient.
Do you have that?
I don't, because you know what? It's really there's language in it that's not appropriate anymore.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But boy,
that's saying something from Rob.
Oh my.
Well, yeah. I mean, keep in mind this is 1975. This is almost in your lifetime, and when the punchline of a sketch is the N-word, we have come a long way.
You know what? And it is racially. We have come a long way. But you kind of look back and. There was a freedom back then. There was an honesty back then.
Yep.
There was a rawness back then that we don't have.
You said a word. You said earlier, danger. There was a danger, and that's why. And because that is the last
Richard Pryor in that sketch.
Oh, amazing!
Do you think it's harder now to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think it's harder now to dance as a comedian on air?
Yeah, of course it is.
I absolutely do.
Post Janet Jackson, I mean, nobody can,
you can't do anything.
We're super uptight. Nothing's, I'm not sure that we've progressed all that much, especially if we're talking about the race issue, but
and it's
man,
also,
oh man.
They're amazingly uptight over there because that is the last live entertainment show.
I remember holding my side again. Look, the Sweaty Ball's funny. That Richard Pryor sketch was
I'll look
just,
for it.
oh, God. Have you ever seen it?
No.
I'll play it for you after the show. Okay.
Number 9, Behind the Music, Blue Oyster Cult with Christopher Walken. I gotta have more cowbell. And that is, you know what? It's a little toasty now because we've heard it forever. But when I first saw it, even though I don't like Will Ferrell, Christopher Walken made it for me.
Christopher Walken, he would have been great if they hadn't had Will Ferrell.
Yeah, not a fan. White Like
and
Me.
I'm sure
at number
Will
8.
Ferrell's going to be in this list, isn't he?
He is not as represented as you might think, which I think is great.
Right.
Number 8, White Like Me, where Eddie Murphy dressed up as a white man and walked the streets of New York. Fake documentary where the punchline I remember is he walked into a bank behind a black customer that was denied a loan, and he asked for a loan. And he says, "Take all you want." He says, "What? I can have money?" Of course, you're white. You can have whatever you want.
Yeah, good stuff.
Number 7, and I'm not a tremendous fan of, Dana Carvey's rock star singing "Choppin' Broccoli," which was. Do you remember that?
Is that Choppin' Broccoli?
Yeah, and I think this was something he brought back from his
absolutely
improv days.
unacceptable.
Mike will hate number 6.
Right.
Stefan's Halloween tips with Bill Hader. I love Stefan on the news.
Got to give a tip of the hat to the modern ones.
All right, number 5 from 1978. I just have the punchline, but it is Point Counterpoint with Jane Curtin and Dan Aykroyd.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Yes.
There was a show that was Point Counterpoint.
They did it on 60 Minutes,
right? It was
right?
on 60 Minutes when 60 Minutes was brand. God, I'm old.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, 60 Minutes is another 40-year-old show that we all love.
It's a million years old, and they did it, and it was prior, if I'm not mistaken, to Andy Rooney.
Yeah, I think it was Andy Rooney replaced it, right?
It was the kicker for 60 Minutes, and you would have somebody from the right and somebody from the left. It was kind of a precursor to Crossfire. That's what it was. And they did a parody. It's like, Jane, you ignorant slut, which was great.
I've seen that clip just simply in the 30-year anniversary back in the day.
It was funny.
We brought it up earlier, Wayne's World, but the particular sketch is when Wayne had the fantasy about Madonna's bedroom, and Madonna was in it.
Garth, we're in Madonna's bedroom. Whoa! Whoa! We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Okay, shut up. You're both worthy. Wayne, do you want to play Truth or Dare?
Truth or Dare? With me? No way.
Way.
No way.
Way?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Number 3, greatest sketch according to Rolling Stone, and I remember this just because when I saw it, I couldn't believe I was seeing it. Andy Samberg and Justin Timberlake, D-word in a box.
Yep. Give it credit. Yeah, give it credit. Absolutely.
And great production.
Oh, terrific production. And you're just like going, are they really? And what's great, here's the thing. It's not always got to be shock value, but when you do something that nobody expects you can do on TV and they get away with it, yeah.
What always blows my mind is when Justin Timberlake is on, is the amount of production they turn in 6 days. Because it looks like a show that's been planned for months whenever he comes on. At number 2, another one I remember, I was 10 years old, but I thought it was great. Buckwheat Sings. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Tight. 3 times I made it.
Yes, they're all here.
Looking for nub in all the wrong places. Looking for nub.
And Oscar, I don't know if you've ever seen it. They would put up the song titles spelled like Buckwheat Sang.
Yeah.
So it said Mookin' Panub.
People forget that Eddie Murray was
Murphy.
Eddie Murray was a baseball player. Eddie Murphy was terrific on that show for a long time.
And Mike, I don't think you will argue with the number one. Can I have a timpani for number 1?
Absolutely, number 1. Let's do it.
This is from 1993, only 21 years ago, but still so great.
Now, you kids are probably saying to yourselves, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get the world by the tail and wrap it around and pull it down and put it in my pocket. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're probably going to find out as you go out there that you're not going to amount to jack squat.
Because you're going to end up living in a van down by the river. That is Chris Farley as Matt Foley. Top 10 sketches. Thank you, Rolling Stone.
Miss Julia Child.
She's in there. She's in there, I think, like at 15 or 16.
Bassomatic.
The Bassomatic was in there, yeah.
Something for the oldsters. All right, thanks, Rob. That's true. We'll take a break, come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show right here.
Deep in the darkest hour of a very heavy week.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Everybody, our show is brought to you by NatureBox. You can still snack smart with NatureBox because just because you made a New Year's resolution to lose weight doesn't mean you're not going to get hungry. NatureBox can help you. It's a subscription service with great tasting, healthy snacks. They're sent right to your door on a monthly basis. Delicious stuff. They've got very good ingredients, and also nothing at NatureBox has any trans fats, any high fructose corn syrup. There's nothing artificial. Wholesome ingredients, nutritionist approved. Check it out now at naturebox.com. They ship everywhere with free shipping in the continental U.S. NatureBox has something for everyone. The 5-bag Deluxe Snacker for $19.95, the Happy Snacker for $29.95, and the Smart Snacker, that's the big one, 20 for $49.95, 20 of those wonderful packages of NatureBox food that you will enjoy. Each box has multiple servings, and you can choose the snack or let NatureBox surprise you.
Surprise!
We got them here at the studio. Oscar took them all home because he is the healthiest one on our crew.
Yes, but they are delicious.
I love them because I don't have to go and buy or pick my snacks anymore.
That's
Exactly.
Right there.
And they will give you the snacks you want,
yes,
or they will surprise you. Any company that surprises you is okay with me. Try your first order of NatureBox at 50% off using that promo code we love, TMOS. That's naturebox.com, or click on the Snacks Delivered tab at our website. Get a handle on your health and your hunger. Go to naturebox.com, promo code TMOS.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, News You May Not Need.
A heavy winter storm that could dump up to a foot of snow bore down on the East Coast on Wednesday.
No.
Thank you very much. Moving right along.
I had to scrape 2 cars today.
Yeah, it's icy and snowy, and we know that. And that's the whole winter, so
of course,
deal with it. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio will not march in the city's St. Patty's Day parade.
Is that based on his freakish height?
No, it's based on the fact that he's supporting the rights of gay people.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The spectacle goes down Fifth Avenue, and the event organizers do not allow gay rights groups to participate. And de Blasio says, I simply disagree with the organizers that the parade should exclude some individuals in this city. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Parade organizers, here we go. And incidentally, they had the big vote. They actually took it to court, federal court, the gay marriage issue in the state of Virginia yesterday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I heard a delegate from the state of Virginia who was in favor of keeping the ban on same-sex marriage. And baby, I think if you're coming on and you're trying not to be a hate monger, you might not want to scream at the anchor people interviewing you, and then when they say thanks for joining us, answer by saying sure. And hang up. And I forgot what the guy's name was, and I should have given him the credit. But parade organizers don't allow gay rights groups or marchers with gay pride signs to participate in the event, saying that doing so would conflict with the Roman Catholic heritage of the event. I would remind all of them of the T-shirt that says everybody is Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Do they still have the same motto for the parade, which is that guy's not wearing green, let's kill him?
We're going to fight you!
And isn't the Pope okay with gay marriage now? Didn't the Pope come out and soften his stance on it?
2013!
I don't know much about that, but I know that I am not really proud of my people when I read this story.
No,
so here's to the mayor of New York. CVS Caremark Corp says on Wednesday that they are going to stop selling tobacco products in 7,600 stores by October, becoming the first national drugstore chain in the United States to take cigarettes off the shelf. And,
it's party time!
There we go.
Get up!
The news was met with great joy in the city of Manassas.
That could cripple your economy.
Yes, President Barack Obama.
Pony's crying.
President Barack Obama, former smoker, praised the move, saying CVS had set a powerful example.
Not so sure he's a former smoker.
I don't think anyone has this, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
It might be out there. You may have heard it. You may not have heard it. But someone famous is running for Congress. Has anybody
I read
heard?
it.
You read it already?
Yes.
Really?
But you'll be shocked.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Former American Idol singer Clay Aiken
He has my vote.
is running for the
He
U.S.
didn't have
Congress.
my vote when he was on American Idol.
Yeah, he couldn't even win Idol.
He's a
He
Democrat.
lost to Rubin.
Democrat from North Carolina, and he once worked as a special education teacher. I didn't know that.
Wow. Is he going to be able to march in the St. Patrick's Day parade?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
But he is allergic to tree nuts.
He is.
He's 35. He is likely to face a tough battle in his efforts to unseat Republican Rep. Renee Elmers in the state's conservative 2nd Congressional District. In a video on his campaign website, Aiken describes past challenges he had faced after his mother left his abusive father and worked hard to provide what little she could.
Yeah, I hope he wins.
It's an American success story, and vote Aiken.
That's right.
Very good. There's another
I'd
one.
vote for him.
No relation to Todd Aiken.
No.
The guy that talked about women's reproductive parts.
Different guy.
Justin Bieber may have found himself in hot water once again. I am here to tell you, listeners of the Mike O'Mara Show, if there is a Justin Bieber story anywhere to be found, I will put it on this program.
You should.
It is my quest.
Topicality.
He's in hot water again.
He's running for the Senate, isn't he?
Reports claim the teen and his father had been extremely abusive on a private flight from New Jersey to they were actually flying to New Jersey for the NFL Super Bowl game last weekend. It's also alleged that the pilot of the jet warned the singer and his crew to stop smoking marijuana.
Did you hear further what they did?
They abused the flight attendant.
But the flight crew, the pilot actually put on his oxygen mask because he was afraid he was going to get a contact high.
When federal authorities boarded the plane, not only was there the smell of marijuana smoke, but they actually could visually see the marijuana smoke in the plane.
Well, at one point, like when they're like, passengers prepare for landing, they're like, quick, smoke it. We got to get rid of it fast.
That's right.
But, the danger, and
because
apparently
they didn't find anything.
The issue from the pilots was the smoke was so thick on that plane, they were worried about becoming impaired.
They hotboxed a private jet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I did that in my parents' basement, allegedly, a bathroom one time. You have to take a paper towel roll, basically that's empty.
Right.
And you have to put Downy fabric softener at the bottom of it.
Right.
If you really want to seal the smoke. Doesn't do a perfect job, but definitely works on it.
To make it so it doesn't smell quite so smoky, it's like Downy fresh smoke.
But when you say hot
Let's
box,
get started.
The real
pass me that lighter.
He's enthusiastic about this. But the fact is, the hot box purpose of it is not necessarily to prevent it from going somewhere else, but also to improve your own high.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that 30,000 feet in there.
By the smoke
it's like
not going
drinking
away.
beer in a pool of beer.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yes.
You can do better.
So true. Let me see here. The 19-year-old is said to have hired a private jet from Toronto to New Jersey, along with that wonderful Father of the Year, Jeremy Bieber.
Jeremy Bieber.
And around
JB.
10 friends on Sunday so they could go to the parties and the Super Bowl. And I guess they were reportedly not the easiest passengers to deal with.
That stinks.
And the flight attendant nobody's filing charges, so he gets away with
how
another
do you think he's
a-hole.
going to die?
Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
No.
You should write that for The Onion.
That's true.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers didn't have their instruments plugged in during the Super Bowl.
This is true.
It's been confirmed by Flea. Flea said he admitted the NFL wouldn't let them play their instruments live. And the vocals were legit, he says.
Yeah, but they recorded the instruments that day.
Yes.
So it was actually them playing just to a recording.
Still doesn't matter to me. For purists, you want to see them play live. He says, quote, I understand the NFL's stance on this, given they only have a few minutes to set up the stage. He says there are a zillion things that could go wrong and ruin the sound for folks watching. There was not any room for argument on this. The NFL does not want to risk their show being botched by bad sound, period. So, you know what? Can we lay it to rest? Most people you're going to see at these halftime shows are playing to a track.
I don't see why it's a big deal. The Broncos didn't play that day either, and no one cares.
Now a little something,
Yeah,
everybody.
football joke.
Last Monday, a woman in Maine called police when she heard horrific screaming coming from her neighbor's house. It
I'm
happened
sorry.
in a town, I know this town, a town called China, which is 80 miles north of Portland. Swear to God.
We stopped there.
There's Korea.
We stopped in China.
We stopped in China.
That's right, we
went
did.
up to Maine.
And you took me to Korea.
I had a fabulous lobster roll in China one time.
I remember.
Believe it or not. It was
Robster.
delicious. This is the best lobster roll I've ever had in my life. By golly.
No MSG.
Anyway, so the cops showed up thinking it was a domestic violence situation, but they couldn't have been more wrong. When they investigated, it turned out the screaming was actually a male pig. An extremely happy male pig.
Oh.
Because he'd just been placed in a pen with 5 female pigs in heat.
Oh.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Pigs in heat. So, yeah, the woman who lived at the place raises pigs, and the neighbor had actually been listening to a pig orgy.
A happy pig.
That's right. Obviously, no one was arrested, and the cops eventually left. Anybody who has ever been up there knows there are a lot of pigs in Maine. Sorry.
How dare you.
I had to do that. Yeah, don't send me any letters, please. Thank
Can
you.
you imagine being the cop having to go next door and say, ma'am, that was not a domestic dispute?
Yeah, it was a pig orgy, man. Have a great day. We'll take a break, come back with Robin's Magic Audio Vault right after this on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa.
Those times I was waiting for you seem so long ago.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Hey, business owners, I got a solution for your automated phone systems that are giving you a hassle.
I hate a hassle, dude.
Does juggling incoming calls yourself make it hard to look professional?
It does, every time.
Here's something that will dramatically help you make more money in 2014. We call it eVoice. We love eVoice here. Whether you're a business or one person or 100, eVoice helps you manage all of your incoming calls. With a toll-free number, dial by name directory, and call routing tools, your business will sound like $1 million. If you can't take the call, eVoice will transcribe the voicemail and email it to you. You will never be caught off guard again. And with eVoice, you can try it before you buy it. Right now, for just our listeners, you can get a 60-day trial of eVoice absolutely free. Go to eVoice.com and enter the promo code TMOS. You know what that is. Take charge of your business and make more money in 2014. Go to eVoice.com. Enter our code at checkout for your 60-day free trial. That's eVoice.com, promo code TMOS.
I think it's important to note that if you're an entrepreneur out there, or even if you have an eBay store, like you want your front-facing side of your company to be professional.
Of course.
And it's actually going to help with your customer service. We use it here all the time. Pony gets calls that routes through the system. He doesn't actually have to give his number. We have a number that eVoice provides us.
Right.
And that's how we really help on our end. Like, it's helped our business. I can't even quantify it.
No, immensely.
Oscar is a man who thinks in a very business-like way. I'm somebody who thinks in a very showbiz-like way.
Sure.
So when Oscar is explaining that, I'm thinking about walking into a particular business, making, say, a sales call.
Yes.
And then you walk out of the sales call, and you're one guy, and you look and say, "Listen, here's my card. Call my people."
Yeah.
And they'll set it up for you.
Exactly.
And then you get back into your Honda from 2001.
Yes.
And drive back to your office.
Well, if you have eVoice, you know what you look like? Me's the Big Shot.
Mr. Big Shot. We use that a lot. Let's open up the audio vault for today. Rob Spiewak, today's date is?
Today is the 5th, is it not? It
February
is.
5th,
It
yes,
is February
absolutely.
5th, 2014.
Take it away.
Anyone hotter on TV than Sofia Vergara?
She's made
Top
so much
three.
money. What's that?
Top 3, easily.
And she really is an incredible businesswoman. She's made so much money.
She's used eVoice, as a matter of fact, to do that.
Very good.
She's so funny, though. She was on Ellen yesterday, and this moment I just love. They were talking football because of the Super Bowl just happened.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl. Did you like either team?
Well, no, my team is the Giants. But, they didn't make it this year, so I still had to watch it.
Now, you know that's not their name.
Giants?
They are not the Giants.
You know what I mean.
I know. But what's their name?
You say and I say after.
You don't know their name?
The Giants.
Smart lady.
Right.
Smart as a whip.
Yeah. No, that's very good.
The New York Giants.
Good stuff.
Man,
Good stuff.
Now, really, when I hear that, I'm seeing Ellen throw a little roadblock up there.
It's
Call her out on
real,
BS.
though, because my mom, when she goes to the grocery store, she goes to Giant.
So it is
Does
real.
she really?
Yes.
Wow.
I kid you not.
Oh, that's incredible.
And that's why when she said you say and then I say, because I used to do this as a kid to my mom.
Right, you say,
'Cause
I
used
say
bust
it the right
balls.
way.
To make mimicry,
I used to bust balls. Like, it's not Giant, Mom, it's Giant. Just say Giant.
Giants.
Yeah,
Giants.
and so she would call me on the way home. She goes, do you need anything from Giant?
I love that confirmation.
And
That's
what was
great.
great is then his mom would say pizza.
Never worked on
You want
that.
to take a little test?
Yes.
You're going to have to move your hat back a little back on your. You don't have to take your hat off. Okay.
right.
This is going to tell me whether or not the people in this room are good liars or not. Okay.
Right.
So listen and follow the instructions this man has to say.
Extend the first finger of your dominant hand.
So stick out the index if you're right-handed or left-handed. Put out your index finger. Okay. Good.
And now you've got 5 seconds to trace a capital Q on your forehead.
Draw a Q on your forehead.
Some people draw the Q in a way that can be read by somebody facing them, with the tail on the left side of their forehead.
Who put the tail of the Q to the left side of their forehead?
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mike could see
exactly.
the Q.
Yeah,
Right.
I did it. So you
Okay,
could
so this
see it.
analysis.
I put it on the right side.
This analysis will apply to Katie and Oscar. Okay.
If you did that, then you tend to be aware of how other people see you. You're happy being the centre of attention, and you're a good liar.
Oh, wow.
Other people draw the Q so they themselves can read it, with the tail on the right-hand side of their forehead. If you did that, then you tend to be more of an introvert and not very good at lying. So if you want to gain a quick and fun insight into somebody, just ask them to draw a Q on their forehead.
There you go. That's perhaps
That's
not the
BS.
most.
I'm not an introvert, but I'm a crappy liar.
Well, so there is something to
Yeah.
it. There's
All right.
something to
There
it.
is. Okay. Well,
Meanwhile,
I'll accept
Oscar
that.
just told me he's enjoying this segment, and
Yeah.
I bought
Great.
it.
Yes.
So,
I love it.
Anyway,
I'm going to try this at home.
I'm not a huge Ted Danson fan,
Right.
but I love this story he told on Conan. The day that everyone at Cheers called in sick and got high.
We decided to play hooky, and so all the boys got on John Ratzenberger's boat, and we went out to Catalina. And
you called in sick at Cheers? Said we were
Cheers,
coming in.
yes. And I think then we actually did even light up. And so we're in the harbor. I hadn't had any breakfast. I have the munchies. And Woody says, have you ever tried mushrooms? And I go, no, what a great, I have a free day.
Woody.
I'm on a boat.
Woody.
No one, I will be called
I'm
upon
high
by nobody.
already, yeah.
Yes. And you know what? I'm hungry, aren't I? I'm so hungry. So I ate way more than my share, and for the next 3 hours, I died. I would forget to breathe, and George...
You would forget to breathe?
Literally, George Wentworth, who was so bored that I had done this. He didn't do it. It was just me and Woody. He'd look at me and go, breathe.
Now, you love dog tapes. You love animal tapes.
I love animal
This is
tapes.
an English bulldog, big, slobbery dog that seems very nice on YouTube, unless you do one thing. Don't call this dog Butkus.
Ellie, we want to change your name. Can we change it to Sarah?
Dog doesn't do anything.
How about Mary?
Fine.
How about Phyllis?
Okay with that.
How about Butkus? Oh. No Butkus? Okay, calm down. How about Jessica?
Okay,
How about Butkus? Okay, calm down.
Can you imagine the training that led up to that? Don't call it buckets. And we close. You mentioned Justin Bieber in the news. There's also now allegations that there's a Justin Bieber sex tape.
There are rumors circulating of a Justin Bieber sex tape.
He's so popular.
Yeah, the sex tape is being marketed as hot girl-on-girl action.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.
Katie, thanks for coming in here.
Thank you for having me.
The Rob and Katie Show. You can hear that every single week. Go to michaelmarashow.com. That is on the More Network.
First episode available before close of business today, so check back and check often.
Yay! For all technical support questions regarding the Mike O'Mara Show, please contact our main man, Matthew Bloom, Ponyboy at michaelmarashow.com. All correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS Box 3, Manassas, Virginia, 20108. And remember, the official TMOS e-voice line is open right now.
Hold it. When? Right now. Thank you.
800-440-8167. That's it for Oscar Santana, Rob Spiewak, and for Katie Matthews, Forbes, Powers, Von Herman.
Yay!
This is Michael Mayer saying bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Toodaloo.
Now that the show is over, don't forget to get started with a free 30-day trial of eVoice. eVoice gives you a toll-free or local number so you can take business calls from anywhere and always sound like you're at the office. Also, eVoice has great features like dial-by-name directory and even transcribes your voicemail so you can read them at your convenience. Go to michaelmarashow.com and click on the eVoice banner for your 30-day free trial.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.